yes, we support peace in Ukraine.
Come on. Is this really leadership? You're an embarrassment to the United States.
We all support and defend the Constitution of the United States.
You know
We're
what?
proud
I'm not going to
President
waste
Trump.
my time anymore. You're not worthy of my attention or my questions. You're an embarrassment to this country. You're unfit to lead. And there's been bipartisan members of Congress that have called for your resignation. You should just get the hell out and let somebody competently lead this department. I have called for your resignation. I didn't think you were qualified before your confirmation, and you have done nothing to inspire confidence in your ability to lead competently. You broke the law in sharing classified information, and in doing so, endangered the lives of our service members that you are responsible for. Your inability to hold yourself accountable makes you incapable to lead. This alone makes you unfit to be the Secretary of Defense.
Ladies and gentlemen of the Republic, this is Founding Voice America, and I want to talk to you, straight and without filters, about what just came out of Los Angeles. Brace yourselves. Because once again, the so-called leaders of blue cities have shown us just how far they are willing to go to coddle criminals and betray the American people. ICE, yes, the same ICE that Democrats love to vilify, just arrested an illegal alien, a Mexican national who had already been deported before, but somehow ended up back on our streets. What did this upstanding guest do to show his appreciation for being in our country? Illegally, again? He allegedly threw a Molotov cocktail at law enforcement officers during a riot. Let that sink in. A Molotov cocktail. That's not a protest. That's domestic terrorism. And here's the kicker, it's not even his first offense. Last year, this guy was already arrested for DUI and grand larceny. But don't worry, folks. According to the twisted logic of Democrat politicians, this man is just part of a peaceful protest. Nothing to see here, right? Here's what enrages me as an American patriot. While ICE agents, real heroes, risk their lives removing violent criminals from our communities, Democrats like Gavin Newsom and Karen Bass stand up and say we don't need the National Guard. They say things are under control. Are you kidding me? We have Molotovs flying through the air, cities in flames, and ICE agents being targeted by radical mobs, and they say it's peaceful? No, this isn't peaceful. This is a coordinated assault on law enforcement, on our national sovereignty, and on you, the American taxpayer who's being forced to fund the chaos. And then Karen Bass has the audacity to lie, straight-faced, to the public, claiming ICE didn't notify LAPD before conducting their operations. But here's what we now know. ICE notified them 48 hours in advance, and they've got receipts to prove it. So what does that mean? That means the mayor of LA is not just negligent, she's dishonest. She's covering for chaos. She's more interested in defending criminal illegals than protecting law-abiding American citizens. Let me be real clear about something, because this country has had enough double talk. If you enter this country illegally, commit crimes, get deported, and then sneak back in just to throw Molotov cocktails at our police, you don't deserve leniency. You don't deserve asylum. You deserve prison, and then to be removed from our soil forever. No exceptions. No apologies. This is America, not some sanctuary war zone where foreign criminals get to wage street warfare against our men and women in uniform. Enough is enough. And you know what's even more disturbing? According to DHS, the military is now having to guard ICE agents during operations. That's how bad it's gotten. The military is needed in American cities to protect our own federal law enforcement from the very people Democrats keep defending. And yet, when President Trump, yes, the man who tried to stop this madness, mobilized the National Guard to bring back law and order, the left screamed authoritarianism.
As a gentleman from California, Mr. Carbajal.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. It shouldn't come as no surprise that I have serious concerns with both the deployment of the National Guard and the Marines to Los Angeles. I served in the Marine Corps. We are trained to be war fighters, not for crowd control. Everyone here should be alarmed that the President has sent armed forces into a city against the wishes of a governor and mayor. I am concerned this administration is purposely escalating the situation with this step and politicizing our armed forces in the process. Let's call it for what it is. It's political theater. Hegseth, are the Marines in Los Angeles ordered to protect property by any means necessary?
Sir, I would say the ICE officers and police officers being attacked is not political theater. The National Guard and Marines,
just yes or no. Just yes or no.
the National Guard and Marines have the full authority to protect federal ICE agents.
Yes or
federal
no?
agents, and
Just
federal
can
buildings.
you just say yes or no? This isn't Fox anymore. Just yes or no.
They're there to protect federal agents and federal.
Another BS answer. Under the SRUF, the use of force, are Marines allowed to fire warning shots?
No.
Now that's more like it. Isn't that easy? Well, you know, I'm going to beat this drum because you refuse to take responsibility. Will you take responsibility for having made a mistake? Not to mention, many people would say break the law in participating in the Signal group chat that included a journalist, your wife, your brother, where classified information was shared.
Sir, every way I communicate is authorized. Every way I communicate.
Okay, if you want to say that. I have called for your resignation. I didn't think you were qualified before your confirmation, and you have done nothing to inspire confidence in your ability to lead competently. You broke the law in sharing classified information, and in doing so, endangered the lives of our service members that you are responsible for. Your inability to hold yourself accountable makes you incapable to lead. This alone makes you unfit to be the Secretary of Defense. Secretary, do you think the United States should continue supporting Ukraine in its fight against Russia, a nation that is hostile towards the United States?
Well, as you know, sir, President Trump is committed to peace.
No, I just want yes or no answers.
The
Today,
United States has spent billions of dollars.
yes or no?
supporting
Yes or
Ukraine
no?
Over years.
Just yes or no. Can I get a yes or no out of you?
We continue to send
Come on.
presidential drawdown
It's that
authority.
easy. Kindergartners
Ukraine.
could give me a yes or no. Yes or no.
Yes, we support peace in Ukraine.
Come on. Is this really leadership? You're an embarrassment to the United States. If Russia invades NATO allies, are you going to recommend to the president that we fulfill our Article 5 obligations?
Well, Russia has not invaded NATO allies.
No.
Thankfully, President Trump has
No.
invigorated the NATO alliance.
I reclaim my time. Yes or no? It's that simple.
There's Article 5 in NATO, which we recognize.
So is the answer yes or no?
That's what Article 5 is, yes.
Good. I'm glad you brought yourself to saying yes. Do you think political allegiance to Trump is a requirement for serving our nation, either in uniform or a civilian in the department?
I'm incredibly proud, as are millions of Americans.
No. Not today, Hegseth. Yes or no?
Congressman, you know what a silly question that is.
But it's silly enough
fidelity
to
to the
warrant a
Constitution.
very straightforward answer. Yes or no?
We all support and defend the Constitution of the United States.
You know
We're
what?
proud to serve
I'm not going to
President
waste
Trump.
my time anymore. You're not worthy of my attention or my questions. You're an embarrassment to this country. You're unfit to lead. And there's been bipartisan members of Congress that have called for your resignation. You should just get the hell out and let somebody competently lead this department.
Mr. Chairman, do we not have any decorum in here?
Thank you very much. I yield my time.
Gentleman
This is
yields back.
horrible.
And I would urge everybody to remember and maintain a decorum suitable for this chamber with their further comments.
Really? Let me ask you, what kind of government refuses to defend its own people from violent criminals because it's afraid of looking too tough? A government that has lost its moral compass, that's what. And don't even get me started on the claim that these protests are organic. DHS is now working with the IRS and FBI to track the money. They're investigating who's funding these so-called protests, because let's be honest, this level of organization, the matching flags, the matching signs, the logistics, this doesn't happen by accident. This is not grassroots. This is astroturfed anarchy. It's well-funded, politically protected, and ideologically aligned with the left-wing radicals who want to tear down everything America stands for. And they're getting help from inside the system. From weak mayors, soft governors, and a media complex that acts like it's the PR firm for domestic terrorists. And yet, who stands between us and this chaos? Our ICE agents. Our National Guard. Our cops. Patriots who are being taunted, spat on, pummeled with rocks, and still they stand tall with dignity, with courage, and with patriotism. They are the true heroes of this republic. Let me say this loud and clear for every Marxist listening. You do not get to destroy this country from within while waving a foreign flag in our streets. You do not get to set our cities on fire and call it justice. And you damn sure don't get to attack law enforcement with explosives and then hide behind sanctuary policies. Not on our watch. To every American watching this, whether you live in Los Angeles, Chicago, New York, or any other city under siege, you need to wake up. You need to know what's really going on here. This isn't about George Floyd anymore. It's not about justice or equity. It's about undermining the very foundation of our nation. And what is that foundation? Law and order. Without it, we don't have America. We don't have safety, sovereignty, or freedom. We have chaos. We have the rule of mobs. And if you think you can appease the mob, you're dead wrong. The mob always wants more. And right now, they want to replace America, not reform it. It's time to draw the line. It's time to support our ICE agents, to back the blue, to stand with the Constitution, and to hold every single politician accountable who defends this madness. Founding Voice America is here to say what too many are afraid to say. Close the border, deport the criminals, arrest the rioters, and defund the lies coming from the mouths of spineless politicians. If we don't fight back with truth, boldness, and patriotic defiance, we're going to lose everything our founding fathers gave us. This isn't just about immigration policy, it's about the survival of the Republic. So if you're with me, share this message. Subscribe to Founding Voice America. Hit that notification bell. And remember, we don't apologize for loving our country, we don't bend the knee to mobs, and we don't back down in the face of lies. We are the voice of the American founding, and we are just getting started. God bless our ICE agents. God bless our military. And God bless these United States of America.